My fiancée just posted about upgrading her lifestyle with another man 3 weeks before our wedding. I'm sitting in my apartment at 2 a.m. trying to process what just happened. My wedding is in 3 weeks. Was in 3 weeks. I don't even know anymore. My fiancée Vivian went to a conference this week. Her company sponsored it, some big finance thing in Miami. But that wasn't the problem. I wasn't worried. We've been together 4 years, engaged for 8 months. I trusted her completely. The problem was this. Tonight I was scrolling Instagram before bed and I saw she posted a photo 2 hours ago. She was at some rooftop bar, clinking champagne glasses with this older guy in an expensive suit. The caption says, "Finally experiencing what it means to live at my true value. Some people are content with average, but life is too short not to upgrade." I read it 3 times, then I checked the comments. Her friends are eating it up. "Yes, Queen, you deserve this. About time someone recognized your value," the guy is tagged. Grant Benson, CEO of some investment firm. His profile is public. Recent posts show him with his wife Alina and their 2 kids at their Connecticut estate. I looked at Vivian's photo again. The way she's looking at him, the champagne. The caption about upgrading and not settling for average. 3 weeks before our wedding, I commented on her post. Just one word, "Congratulations." Then I opened my laptop. See, here's the thing about our wedding planning. I insisted on putting everything in my name because I make more as a data analyst and wanted to handle the financial stress. Vivian was grateful at the time. I paid the deposits, signed the contracts, everything runs through my email and my credit cards. It's 2 a.m. now. I've called the venue. Cancellation fee is $3,200, but that's what deposits are for. The caterer, another $1,800 gone. Photographer, $800. DJ, $400. Florist, $600. In total, I'm out over $7,000 in lost deposits. I don't care about the money. What I care about is that I spent 4 years building a life with someone who apparently sees me as average and was actively looking to upgrade. My best friend Ben called an hour ago after seeing the post. "Dude, what is she thinking? Is this some kind of joke?" I told him it's not a joke. I'm canceling the wedding. He went quiet for a minute, then said, "I'll help however you need. This is insane." The worst part isn't even the betrayal. It's the public humiliation. She posted this for everyone to see. Our families, our friends, our coworkers. She tagged her location, tagged this married CEO, and basically announced she was looking for someone better than me, while wearing the engagement ring I bought her. I have 150 wedding invitations that went out 2 months ago. People have booked flights, hotels, taken time off work. And she's posting about finding someone who matches her true value. I'm not confronting her. I'm not calling to yell or demand explanations. She made this public, so I'm handling it public, professional, clean. Tomorrow I'm drafting an email to every single person on our guest list. I'll attach a screenshot of her post. I'll explain that the wedding is canceled due to the bride's public announcement that she's found a better option. No drama, no insults, just facts. Vivian hasn't seen my comment yet. Her phone is probably off for the night, or she's too busy living at her true value to check. I've got about 4 hours until vendors start opening. Then I'll spend the day making sure every trace of this wedding is erased. People keep asking me if I'm sure, if maybe I should talk to her first. But what is there to talk about? She chose to broadcast her intentions to the world. That's the conversation. The ring cost me $8,000. The wedding deposits cost me $7,000. $4 years of my life loving someone who saw me as a stepping stone. I guess some lessons are expensive. Update 1. It's been 4 days since my original post. Here's what happened. That first morning, I was running on pure adrenaline and spite. By 6 a.m., I had my email drafted. I kept it professional, no name calling, no emotional outbursts. Just the facts. The email said, "Dear friends and family, I'm writing to inform you that my wedding to Vivian scheduled for date has been canceled. This decision was made after Vivian publicly announced her intention to pursue a relationship with someone of higher value than myself." I've attached a screenshot of the social media post in question. All vendors have been notified and deposits have been forfeited. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause with your travel plans. I appreciate your understanding during this time. Noah. I attached the screenshot of her Instagram post. Clear image, visible caption, Grant Benson tagged, all of it. Hit send to 150 people at 7:13 a.m. My phone started ringing at 7:20 a.m. It was my mom. She was crying and asking if this was real. Then my dad got on the line and said, "Son, we support whatever you need to do. This is unacceptable." By 8 a.m. my phone was exploding. Texts, calls, voicemails. Vivian's sister called me screaming that I was ruining her life over a misunderstanding. I hung up and blocked the number. Vivian called at 8:47 a.m. I watched the phone ring. She called again, and again, 12 times in 20 minutes. I finally answered on the 13th call. "Noah, what the hell did you just do?" I kept my voice flat. "I informed our guests that the wedding is canceled. You sent that email to everyone. You included that screenshot. Are you out of your mind? The screenshot of your public Instagram post? Yes. That post wasn't about you. Jesus Christ, Noah, it was just networking. Grant was introducing me to people in finance. It's called making connections." The caption said you were experiencing your true value and not settling for average. "It's just Instagram talk. It doesn't mean anything. You're being insane." I let her finish. Then I said, "Your Instagram has 2,000 followers. Everyone who matters to us saw that post. You made a public statement." I responded with a public statement. "We're done, Vivian." "We are not done. You don't get to just." I hung up. Blocked her number. Blocked her on everything, but her family didn't stop. Her mother showed up at my apartment that evening. Ben was there with me, thank God. She stood in my doorway demanding I fix this immediately. "Noah, you need to send another email right now. Tell everyone it was a misunderstanding. Vivian made a mistake with her words, but you're making it worse by embarrassing her publicly." "No. Excuse me. No, I'm not sending another email. I'm not pretending this didn't happen. Your daughter posted about upgrading her lifestyle and leaving average behind while we had a wedding planned in 3 weeks. That's not a misunderstanding, that's a choice." Her mother's face went red. "You're destroying her reputation over nothing. Do you know how this makes her look?" "I know exactly how it makes her look. That's the point." She tried guilt next. Talked about how much money their family had put into the rehearsal dinner. How Vivian's grandmother was flying in from overseas. How could I be so cruel? I told her the conversation was over and closed the door. Ben looked at me and said, "Dude, you're ice cold right now." "Good," I said. "I need to be." The thing is, I wasn't cold inside. I was furious. But I learned a long time ago that anger makes you stupid. So I channeled everything into systematic action. Every vendor contacted. Every mutual friend who reached out got the same calm explanation. Every attempt by Vivian or her family to make me the villain got shut down with facts. The social media fallout was beautiful in a dark way. People started commenting on Vivian's original post. "Hey, weren't you getting married in 3 weeks?" This aged poorly. Someone even found Grant's wife's Instagram and tagged her in the comments. Vivian deleted the post by day 2, but screenshots are forever. Several people had already shared it. My brother called me on day 3. He said, "Noah, I've been thinking about this. You handled it perfectly. She humiliated you publicly, tried to make you look like you weren't good enough. You just showed everyone exactly who she is. No arguments, no drama, just facts." That's when it really hit me. I didn't need to defend myself or explain or justify. The screenshot did all the talking. Yesterday, Vivian tried a different approach. She had her best friend reach out to me. The message said Vivian was devastated and didn't mean it the way it came across and just got caught up in the excitement of the conference. I didn't respond. I spent yesterday boxing up everything of Vivian's from my apartment. Clothes, makeup, the stuff she'd gradually moved in over the years. All of it went into boxes. I rented a storage unit and moved it all there. She can arrange pickup whenever she wants, but it's not staying in my space. The wedding would have been 2 weeks from tomorrow. Instead, I'm sitting here realizing I dodged something catastrophic. 4 more years. 10. However long until she found someone she considered an actual upgrade. Some people have asked if I'm okay. Honestly, I'm not okay, but I'm functional, and that's enough for now. Edit. To answer the common question, no, I haven't heard anything from Grant or his wife directly, but several people have mentioned that his profile went private and he deleted his comment on Vivian's post before she took it down entirely. Yes, I know I'll lose more than just the deposits. There were vendor contracts with cancellation terms. I'm fully prepared to eat those costs. Money is replaceable. Self-respect isn't. Update 2. It's been a week and a half since my last update. Things escalated in ways I didn't anticipate. So Wednesday afternoon, I get a call from a number I don't recognize. Usually I don't answer unknown numbers these days, but something made me pick up. Is this Noah? Woman's voice, professional, controlled. Yes. This is Alina Benson. I believe you recently had some unfortunate dealings with my husband Grant. My stomach dropped. I sat down. Mrs. Benson, please let me finish. One of your wedding guests forwarded me your email, the one with the screenshot. I want you to know that I appreciate you documenting your fiancé's behavior so thoroughly. The timestamp, the location, the caption, very helpful. She sounded like she was discussing a business transaction. I'm sorry this involves you, I said. Don't be sorry, be glad you found out before signing papers. I found out 15 years and 2 children in. She paused. I've contacted my attorney. That photograph and caption will be useful in upcoming proceedings. Proceedings. My husband and I have a prenuptial agreement with a very specific infidelity clause. Your documentation confirms what I suspected when he came home from Miami 3 days late. Thank you for that. She hung up before I could respond. I sat there for 5 minutes just processing. Then I called Ben and told him. He laughed so hard he choked. Dude, you didn't just dodge a bullet. You accidentally fired one at someone who deserved it. The fallout started Friday morning. I know because Vivian's sister called me from a new number screaming that I'd destroyed everything. I almost hung up, but curiosity got the better of me. What are you talking about? Grant's wife froze everything. She canceled Vivian's flight home, had the hotel kick her out, everything. Vivian had to borrow money from coworkers to get back to D.C. And this is my problem because you sent that email. If you hadn't told everyone, nobody would have told Grant's wife. Your sister posted it publicly to 2,000 people. Someone was going to tell her eventually. She called me every name in the book and hung up. I did some digging later. Turns out Grant had been giving Vivian his corporate card for networking expenses. Dinners, hotels, flights. Alina found the statements and shut it all down immediately. Vivian got caught in Miami with a maxed corporate card, no flight home and no backup plan. She made it back to D.C. by Sunday. I know because Monday morning she showed up at my workplace. Security called me. Sir, there's a Vivian here demanding to see you. She doesn't have an appointment. Tell her I'm not available. She says it's urgent. She's getting emotional. I went down to the lobby. She looked terrible. No makeup, hair pulled back, wearing jeans and a hoodie. Nothing like the woman clinking champagne in Miami. Noah, please, we need to talk. There's nothing to talk about. Everything fell apart. Grant's wife is divorcing him. His company put him on leave. He told me it was just networking, that we were making connections, and now you're learning what happens when you blow up your life for someone else's husband. Her eyes filled with tears. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I made a mistake. One stupid post. Can't we just what? Pretend it didn't happen? Vivian, you didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. You chose to pursue someone you thought was better than me. You chose to post about it publicly. You chose to humiliate me in front of everyone we know. Those weren't mistakes. Those were decisions. I was drunk. The post didn't mean what you think. You tagged him. You used specific words about upgrading and living at your true value. You sobered up at some point in the next 6 hours and didn't delete it. You saw the comments and didn't delete it. You made that post at 9 p.m. Miami time. You had all night to take it down. You didn't. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. Noah, I'm begging you. Tell people it was a misunderstanding. I lost my job. That stopped me. What? The company found out about Grant. They said I violated ethics policies by accepting gifts and travel from a married executive. They terminated me Friday. I should have felt satisfaction. Instead, I just felt tired. That's between you and your company. I need to get back to work. Please, I have nothing. Grant won't talk to me, his wife is suing him for everything, my job is gone, my reputation is destroyed. You destroyed your own reputation, I just made sure people knew the truth. The truth, you made me look like a homewrecker. You posted a photo clinking champagne with a married man while planning a wedding to me. What else would you call it? I walked away. Security escorted her out. Ben met me for lunch that day. How are you holding up? I don't know. Part of me feels vindicated. Part of me feels like I'm watching a car crash. She made her choices, man. You just controlled the narrative before she could spin it. That's the thing people don't get. If I'd handled this privately, Vivian would have told everyone her version first. I would have been the jealous, controlling fiancé who overreacted to an innocent networking event. By sending that email immediately with the screenshot, I let her own words speak for themselves. The wedding would have been this weekend. Instead, I'm sitting in my apartment watching basketball and ordering Thai food. I ran into one of our mutual friends yesterday. She hugged me and said, "I'm sorry this happened to you, but I'm glad you found out now." I asked what she meant. Vivian always wanted more. Better apartment, better restaurants, better everything. I thought she'd settled down with you, but I guess she was always looking for the upgrade she posted about. That hit harder than I expected. Had everyone seen this except me? Later that night my dad called. We don't talk often, but when we do it matters. He said, "Son, your mother and I are proud of how you handled this. Not a lot of men would have had the spine to walk away clean." Didn't feel clean, Dad. It never does, but you did the right thing. You protected yourself without becoming someone you're not. That's the measure of a man. I'm starting to believe that maybe he's right. Edit. Someone asked about the storage unit. Yes, all Vivian's stuff is still there. I sent the unit number and access code to her mother. When the rental period ends next month, it's her problem, not mine. Grant's LinkedIn shows he's no longer with his company. Eleanor moves fast. Final update. It's been almost 6 weeks since I called off the wedding. I wasn't going to update again, but something happened yesterday that feels like the actual end of this story. I got home from work around 7 p.m. I'm living a pretty simple life these days. Work, gym, hanging out with Ben, trying to remember what normal feels like. I pulled into my apartment complex and saw Vivian's car in the visitor lot. My first instinct was to leave. Just drive around until she gave up and left. But this is my home. I'm not running from my own home. I parked and walked to my building. Vivian was sitting on the steps outside, her mother next to her. Both of them stood when they saw me. "Noah, thank God, we need to talk." Vivian looked better than she had at my office. Hair done, makeup on, wearing a dress, like she was trying to recreate the person I'd fallen for 4 years ago. "No, we don't." Her mother stepped forward. "Noah, please. Just give Vivian 10 minutes. She's been destroyed by all of this. Her job, her reputation, everything. You need to help fix this." I looked at Vivian. "Fix what exactly?" "Send another email. Tell people it was a misunderstanding, that we both made mistakes but you overreacted. Please, Noah. I have interviews next week and the first thing they do is Google my name. Your email comes up. Screenshots come up. I can't get hired anywhere in my field. That's not my problem." "Yes, it is. You sent that email. You attached that screenshot. You destroyed my career." Something in me snapped. Not into anger, into clarity. "Let me be very clear about something. I didn't destroy your career. You did that yourself when you posted a photo with a married CEO and wrote about upgrading your lifestyle while wearing my engagement ring. You destroyed your career when you accepted gifts and travel from that CEO. You destroyed your career when you tagged him publicly in a post that implied you were looking for something better than your fiancé. It was one mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. You chose to pursue someone you thought had more to offer. You chose to broadcast it to the world. You chose to humiliate me publicly. Those were deliberate decisions, not mistakes." Her mother tried again. "Noah, she's learned her lesson. She knows it was wrong, but you're being cruel now. That email follows her everywhere. You need to help her move forward." I helped her move forward by putting all her belongings in a storage unit. "The code was sent to you 4 weeks ago. That's the extent of my help." Vivian's face crumpled. "I loved you. We were going to get married. How can you just cut me off like this? You loved me. You posted about finding someone who recognized your true value. That's not love, Vivian, that's contempt. I was drunk and stupid. You were sober enough to tag Grant Benson. You were sober enough to write a detailed caption about not settling for average. You were sober enough to check the comments the next morning and leave it up. Don't insult my intelligence. I moved toward my door. Vivian grabbed my arm. Please, I have nothing. Grant won't talk to me. His wife is taking everything in the divorce. My friends stopped calling. My family is furious with me. I lost my job. I have nowhere to go. I looked at her hand on my arm, then at her face. You had somewhere to go. You had a fiancé who loved you, a wedding planned, a future. You traded it for champagne with a married CEO and some Instagram likes. Whatever you're dealing with now is the consequence of that choice. Her mother stepped between us. You're being vindictive. This is beneath you. Number vindictive would be calling her new employers. Vindictive would be posting my own commentary online. Vindictive would be making her life harder than she's already made it. I did none of those things. I sent one email with one screenshot of her public post. That's not vindictive. That's honest. I gently removed Vivian's hand from my arm and walked to my door, put the key in the lock. Vivian called after me. So that's it, 4 years together and you just walk away. I turned back. You walked away first. You just wanted to keep me as a backup plan while you explored better options. I'm not anyone's backup plan. I'm not anyone's placeholder while they look for an upgrade. Noah, there's nothing left to say. No effort using me as leverage for your future has any power anymore. Move on, Vivian, I already have. I went inside and locked the door, stood there listening to them argue outside for a few minutes before they left. Ben came over an hour later. I told him what happened. He shook his head. Man, you're made of steel. I don't feel like steel. I feel tired. That's what strength looks like sometimes, being tired but not breaking. So here's where things stand now. I'm doing okay. Not great, but okay. I picked up a new project at work that's keeping me busy. Started running again, something I'd let slip while wedding planning consumed my life. Ben and I have been playing basketball twice a week. I heard through mutual friends that Vivian moved back home with her parents. She's working retail while trying to rebuild her career. Grant's divorce is apparently brutal. Alina wasn't kidding about that prenup. His company removed him entirely, and word is he's burning through savings on legal fees. I'm not dating yet. Not ready. But I'm open to the possibility that someday I'll meet someone who sees me as enough, not as a stepping stone to something better. Someone who doesn't measure my value against CEOs and champagne and Instagram captions. For now, I'm focusing on being the kind of man I want to be. The kind who handles crisis with clarity instead of chaos. The kind who values honesty over convenience. The kind who walks away from situations that don't serve him, no matter how much history is involved. Vivian wanted to upgrade her lifestyle. Instead, she downgraded her entire life. Grant wanted excitement outside his marriage. Instead, he's losing everything his marriage provided. Me, I wanted a partner who valued what we had built together. Turns out I didn't have that, so I started over. It's harder this way. It's lonelier this way, but it's honest. And honestly, that's enough for me right now. Edit. Someone asked what I did with the engagement ring. I sold it to a private buyer and donated the money to a men's mental health charity. Felt appropriate. This is my last update. Thanks for following along.